Minsun, Teddy, congratulations for Ride or Die short film.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
More of a congratulations. It's part of the Bite Size Halloween on Hulu. How do you guys feel about that?
We are like kind of in disbelief and really excited and grateful for the opportunity.
Most excellent. So let's ask that question we always ask is, because this is a fun short film, but where did the original idea actually came from for this short film, Ride or Die?
Well, we have a variety of influences. One of our main real life influences was the absolute horror of teaching our two teenagers how to drive. And that inspiration led to, another idea of like, how do you juxtapose something that seems mundane and everyday horror of, a new driver and being thrust into a situation that was just extraordinary or apocalyptic like our characters in Ride or Die.
Wow. And so in this case, on the apocalyptic situation, did you guys picture it as sort of like a infestation or a disease at first?
I think that you want to, we play with the idea early on that it seems to be a disease. Although even before that moment, I think we're supposed to wonder if the guy who jumps into their car, Sean, played by Sean Whalen, is just crazy and a murderer, and we don't know exactly what happened. And then, we reveal that it's all real. So we start with this idea that it's some kind of infection, but the truth is, and if we get the chance to expand this into the full world of a feature film, we'll learn more that it's much bigger than that. It's more like an invasion.
Wow. And isn't locking your doors while driving is the first lesson we should teach?
Yeah, but there's a moment when she opens the door. She pulls the handle, and what happens when that happens? Your door is unlocked.
Yeah.
So.
Tell us about the cast that you actually use for this film. You have to find perfect teens in the situation that has a chemistry inside a car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got really lucky. It's a mixture of old friends and new friends, basically. Our old friend, Sean Whalen, who was the maniac with the tire iron who jumps to the car. We were lucky that we were already old friends with him, and we approached him, and he was, just excited to do it. And then from there, we did an open casting call. But we also reached out to Brandon Halverson, who played Asher, the young man in the passenger seat, because we'd worked with him previously in Koreatown Ghost Story. And he's a fantastic actor and so talented. And the other two actresses, Bianca Diazmo and Kelly Cage, were just happy accidents that we came across while we were doing the casting, and they killed their auditions.
And the car itself, because the car itself has to be a character. How difficult was the production filming in that vehicle, and how much of a mess did you actually have to clean up afterwards?
Well, it was very difficult, and it wasn't so difficult because we were shooting in the car. We actually thought it was going to be more difficult to shoot inside the car. But our director of photography, John Kang, is amazing and has a lot of experience shooting inside the car. And our camera person, Mary Ma, was basically in contortionist positions throughout, in every seat in the car, moving around to get various shots. But the real difficulty came from shooting 10 minutes worth. I mean, it's now 7, but it was at least 10 minutes worth of footage with a car that's constantly where you're inside all the time, trying to make sure that's not too claustrophobic, but also keeping the realism of the moving aspect of the car, and not just moving. Just moving straight forward wouldn't be a big deal, but they're stopping and going backwards and turning and all kinds of things. So we had to. There are a couple of possibilities. You can pull the whole car on a big trailer, which is very expensive. So we couldn't do that because of our budget. We did something called poor man's process, where you shoot the exterior windows from another vehicle earlier. And then when you get the car on a sound stage, you put a screen in whichever direction you're shooting, and you run the film
projector onto the screen.
Yeah, of the previous, whatever you shot previously. But it also means you have to stop it, and you have to make it go backwards for backup scenes and do all kinds of things. And it was very complicated and took a lot of time to do.
and then the blood splurge. Would you just
cleaning
scatter
up the
blood?
car. Yeah, cleaning up the car wasn't as bad as we thought it would be, but it is my car, so
Yeah, it was his car.
we couldn't use anyone else's because we couldn't destroy anyone else's interior. That blood shot we got in one shot because
We had to.
yeah, I mean, Kelly's hair is blonde and we knew it might stain her hair, and cleaning it out, and we had no time left. It was the last shot of the day, literally, a last shot of the entire film. So we just knew we had to get it right in one take. And yeah, I got her on the car a little bit, but it's not too bad.
We did a lot of rehearsal splatter takes where I was holding up a paper towel and we were spraying to make sure the radius was just right. And I ended up getting covered with blood, but that's fine.
All for the sake of art.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
anything.
And then one major thing, for the sake of art, tell us about the certain cameos by you two in this film. How did you guys came to that decision? I guess you guys wanted to have fun with the short film after all.
That was not fun at all. For me, at least, acting in the film when you're directing it is really difficult.
Stressful.
You can't really see the shot playing out. It's, you're thinking about how the rest of the shot's going to go. And then you're also, all the actor thoughts are going through your head and you're replaying the scene and the timing of it. And then it hurts when your head hits the ground and you fall backwards. I had no interest in doing it, but I think that we decided to do it because we had a very tight budget and we didn't want to have to hire 2 more people for what we thought were going to be really tiny, insignificant roles. Unfortunately, it didn't really save us a lot of money in the end. And it's a slightly bigger roles than we expected.
Yeah, it was exactly. But we did put the money we made as, background actors back into the budget. So it did work out that way.
So after rewatching your short film, do you kind of like have a regrets, second thoughts, or cringed at your own performance?
Always.
Always, yeah. It's always, I don't know how actors do it. I don't know how actors look at themselves on the camera and go, that's great. You're always very critical of, yourself.
And we have that feeling about the film in general.
Sure.
Every film we do, we always look back and we literally cringe at certain parts that other people, it doesn't mean anything to them. But for us, it feels like, we missed opportunity there. And, maybe if we had a huge budget and 3 months to shoot the film, we wouldn't feel that way. But when you're doing something fast, it's you're not going to get everything you want.
Absolutely. And one more thing before I let you two go is that I've been picking and choosing which bite-sized Halloween short films to conduct interviews, and I decided I only want to pick the ones that could be a feature film, and I could totally see. And you guys kind of mentioned you already have an idea of where possibly this could be going next.
Yes.
Yeah, this is there are we've written a lot of different features and a lot of horror features, and structures of horror features can be very, very complicated or really, really simple. And this one's simple, frankly, and that doesn't mean it's no less excitement. In fact, usually the simple ones are the most exciting. But if you take something like Halloween, the structure of it is very simple. It all takes place over really one night, maybe 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to end the way it's, with our hero, Laurie Strode and Michael Myers. And there's going to be a lot of killing, by the time you get there. Ours is even simpler than that. These 3 people have to survive. They're almost out of gas and they can't stop moving. So it's really set piece after set piece after set piece as obstacles come in their way and they start to learn the story. And so along with the simplicity of the forward motion, the constant forward motion of that and all the action that comes is the solution to and the unfolding of the mystery and how they're going to solve it in the end.
It's a very straightforward vehicle for a horror film.
Literally,
yes.
Well, I could tell you the most laughable moment that I experienced on your short film is I never realized how scary a 3-point turnabout in the real world.
I still am scared by 3-point turns on an empty road in the middle of nowhere.
And we've taught 3-point turns to teenagers, and we have 2 kids, and so that was we know how scary it can be.
This is terrific. Well, hey, thank you very much for speaking to us about Ride or Die, and I can't wait to do this again and hopefully a full-length feature film.
Yeah, we hope so too.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, it was great meeting you.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
a lot.